Let's go ahead. We're going to start off now with our first SAP Community Talk of the hour with Danielle Larocca. So let me give you just a quick introduction to her. So Danielle has worked in the SAP HCM space for over 25 years and currently serves as an active SAP mentor and SuccessFactors confidant. She travels the globe speaking with customers at conferences to share the latest technology advancements in HCM and reporting and analytics. Danielle has also authored 4 best-selling books on SAP, is the technical editor for the SAP Professional Journal, and often serves as the voice of the expert on SAP Insiders Ask the Expert series for HR. She is certified in both SAP and SuccessFactors technologies, so please give Danielle a warm welcome. Hi, Danielle.
Hey, Danielle.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's nice to see you. It's great to see you. Welcome to the SAP TechEd Home.
Thank you. You're doing a great job.
Have you enjoyed the event so far? Have you caught some of the sessions?
I have. There's a lot of content to go through, but I've been enjoying it.
Good. Great. Well, let's go ahead and kick off into your community talk here. So your session today is on the topic of reporting and analytics, and specifically how customers were able to leverage and merge COVID data provided by the World Health Organization with critical employee HR and payroll data. So could you please first tell us how this customer requirement came about?
It was actually pretty organic. So we've been having the same telephone conversations that you've probably been having with customers, which is usually, has there been an impact on the business? How much of a concern is it with what's going on with COVID? And we knew the scientific data existed because we saw it every night on the news. So what one of the architects at EPI-USE did is they went to the World Health Organization website and they saw how easy it was to download the data. And from there, they just picked what type of data they wanted to download. And it's whether it was location or geography or age group or nationalities, and of course, the actual case and morbidity statistics. What they did then was align that data with the objects that exist in SuccessFactors Employee Central Payroll. And after that, it was quite simple. It just gave them the opportunity to merge that data together to give the organization more information to drive better decision-making. 2 of the most popular use cases we saw were companies seeking to use that data from the World Health Organization for COVID-19 to make decisions about not only financial impacts, but when to reopen the business. One of the examples was they had done it for leave liability costs, and another was a survey of employee data.
Great, thank you. And you mentioned at least 2 customer scenarios there, so where they used the COVID data. And the first one was around leave liability reporting. So what is that exactly, and why is it important to the financial health of an organization?
The fast answer is leave liability reporting is really just how many days of banked vacation or leave each employee has that could be turned into cash or taken. So many organizations rely on this leave liability reporting to identify trends and absences or for costing purposes. They evaluate the liability and the absence history, and it basically calculates to help with administration and of all things employee balances and leave. However, during the pandemic, determining the outstanding employee leave balance can really be critical. So what if an employer decided to force everyone to take all of their vacation? Or what if all the employees decided they wanted to cash out at once? Being able to calculate this outstanding debt for employees throughout the whole organization, but also in the hotspots identified by the COVID data based on the World Health Organization, was really critical to them to understand what impacts might happen. And the customer was able to use that information to make good decisions.
Yeah, no, and that's really powerful in terms of to be able to take data that's coming in, you know, from the World Health Organization and bring that into the business and use it in a way to actually predict and to plan. So it's great. You spoke about another example where this data could be used to assist companies that involved survey data. And as you know, of course, we've made large investments in Qualtrics, and the concept of experience management is critical for us here at SAP SuccessFactors. So what type of data was included in the survey?
That was an interesting one. So that customer, they wanted to not only know where the hotspots were from the World Health Organization data, but they wanted to survey their employees and say, would you be willing to come back? So they made a survey. They actually used, I think it was like a Google form, and they created an online survey, and they asked the customers 3 questions. One, do you wish to disclose your immunization status? If yes, are you immunized? And do you want to return to in-person work? And they took that data and they married that up against the data from the World Health Organization. What was also interesting is because it's the payroll system and it's the system of record, we have all types of information about their age, their demographic, even in some countries, their disability status. So we could put all of that data together and say, you know what, this will help us build our plan for understanding when to reopen. In this particular case, the customer used that survey data in conjunction with the COVID data and made some good decisions for the organization.
So how exactly does that all work from a technical perspective?
That's a good question. The first part is easy. You just go to one of the websites that has the COVID data. We've been using the World Health Organization, and you could simply Google that. But you select the type of data you want to download. You can even create a repeatable process so that you're continually downloading the latest information. Most of our clients have been selecting the daily COVID-19 cases and basic latitude and longitude. So they can create these geolocation maps. Then we get the incident rate or the testing or morbidity rate, and then we merge that together with gender and ethnicity. So step one, you go to the website, in this case, World Health Organization, and you download it. The second step is you create a report in your SuccessFactors Employee Central Payroll System. We use the Query Manager tool to create this report. And what we did is we merged it together based on data that existed within both systems. So kind of like what we used to do in the old days with Microsoft Access, we picked a field that existed in the World Health Organization data, like location or latitude and longitude, and we merged that to the same field that exists in the employee payroll system. So we had all of that data in one place. Next, you just visualize it. So in this example, the customer used SAP Analytics Cloud. So they created a new story, Canvas. I heard Chris Payne talking about it in the next section as part of People Analytics. And they select a geo map, and then they select Query Manager as the data source. And it basically visualizes a map of all of the statistics that have been provided by the World Health Organization. And it's even interactive in the sense that when you're using SAP Analytics Cloud, you could use it to create things like data insights, where you can see the different areas light up based on the statistics collected. So it was a pretty cool example. So 3 steps: go to the website, download the data, build a report, visualize it in SAP Analytics Cloud.
Awesome, and thank you for giving the summary. And we actually, Kevin and I did the hour with Irfan talking about SAP Analytics Cloud, and really it's extremely powerful to see if you have the data and you have a tool to view it visually, it can make a huge difference in planning for the future. So you recently wrote a blog post in the community about people analytics and forming an intelligent human capital management enterprise. Can you share some details about the post and what people can find there?
Sure. I love talking about reporting. There was a really long period of time where there wasn't a lot of new innovation. However, with the acquisition of SuccessFactors and the launch of People Analytics, there is so much information available now in terms of what customers can use for their SAP reporting, for their SAP SuccessFactors hybrid reporting, and for their overall enterprise-wide reporting. So what the blog does, it basically breaks down all the options that you have for all of those different types of reporting, and shares links so where you can go to learn more. So I mentioned SAP Analytics Cloud before. It would give an explanation of what SAP Analytics Cloud is used for, and then some links where you can learn to how to use it and how to access it.
Great. And I think you mentioned this in your blog post as well, that you get asked this question. I think you even maybe said weekly, but what is the difference between People Analytics and SAP Analytics Cloud, and are they the same?
I do get that question all the time, and I agree, it's confusing. So I put together a blog last year, but with all the changes in terminology and the continued advancement on all things reporting, it does warrant an updated mention. So the easiest way to think of it is People Analytics is designed for your cloud-based human resources reporting within SuccessFactors, and it has a focus on engagement and experience, while SAP Analytics Cloud is for your entire enterprise. So SAP Analytics Cloud may include data from HR and payroll, but also from every other area of the business. So it's part of your larger SAP business technology platform, which makes for an overall intelligent enterprise. The easy soundbite there is People Analytics is for an intelligent HR enterprise, and SAP Analytics Cloud is for an overall intelligent enterprise.
Great Thank you so much for the great explanation. And you are, of course, very active in the SAP community, and you're also an SAP mentor. Do you want to share just some insights on being an SAP mentor and how you got into that?
Sure. I didn't know what the mentor program was. I've been in this space for 25 years, and I would go to TechEd, and there would be all these people with these funny shirts on, and they'd have a big number on the back. And it looked like a soccer team. And I remember asking one of them, Martin Gillet was his name. He's now a retired mentor. I was like, what is an SAP mentor? And basically he explained that it's a program that's been around for a long while that allows you to interact with not only the customers, but you have access to SAP as well to collect information and share feedback from the customers so that SAP has a direct channel to hear what the customers are saying and giving you the opportunity to get some inside information that you could share back with the customers. It's a really nice community of folks. There's two different groups. There's the mentor group, and then there's the, oh my goodness, I forgot the name
champions.
Of the other group. Thank you.
Yeah.
The mentors and the champions.
Yeah.
But it's a great program to be involved with. Please check it out on the website.
Yeah, that's awesome. We were just actually showing a demo of the SAP community before you joined, because just to give everybody some insights on where exactly they can find the information on the question and answer section and on the blog post. So of course, we'll have people reach out to connect with you because obviously you are an expert, and it was great to have you here as part of SAP TechEd. Are there any sessions you want to highlight for people to point them to, or anything that you found particularly impactful or powerful for this SAP TechEd?
I'll give a shout out to a former mentor, a fellow mentor. I saw Tammy's session yesterday, Tammy Paulus, and I thought that was a really great session. If you missed it, please check it out.
All right.
So, one question from my side. Did you see our Casimir the cat in our studio walking around? I mean, I gotta ask.
I absolutely did. But as I know from our pre-call, I had to shut the door in the back, so there's no cat in my video.
Well, thank you so much, Danielle. It was great to have you. I hope you can enjoy some more of the SAP TechEd sessions. And yeah, we'll share the link to the post as well in the chat. So a link to your blog post. I'll give the name of that as well. It's Reporting and SAP Human Capital Management, Payroll, and SuccessFactors. So make sure you connect with Danielle. And thank you so much. It was great to see you.
It's great seeing you.
Thanks for having me.
Bye-bye.